Wow. Okay.
Anywho, shall we? I'll count us
Yeah.
down.
What?
From three, two, one. All right. It is very, very bright, but that's okay. I'll make it too. I'm going to close my eyes. You can close your eyes or look at the ground in front of you. Let's take three deep breaths together. So breathing in through the nose. Sit up a little bit taller in the in breath. And then as you breathe out gently, sink down into your mat. Relax. Number two, let's breathe in through the nose. Then control the breath as you exhale. All right, last deep breath together. Breathing in through the nose. And then sinking down once again. Ugh, relaxing further. Ugh. And let's do classic top to bottom, focusing on all the parts of your body. We begin to get ready to stretch. So start with the top of your head, down to your forehead, soften your eyelids, down to your nose and cheeks, and then your jaw and your chin, really your whole head, and then down to your neck, maybe giving your head a little wiggle side to side, see how your neck feels. And then down to your shoulders. And then let's breathe into our arms and the shoulders, down to the elbow and forearms, and then wrists and hands. Maybe wiggle your fingers a little bit, move your palms around. And let's work our way back to our chest. And just notice how it expands, contracts as you breathe. Then down to your belly, same thing. Noticing how it moves as you breathe. Move. And let's go to the lower half of our body. So see how your glutes feel against your mat. Okay, through your hamstrings, quads, to your knees and shins. Maybe they feel a little bit tender from the weekend. You were sitting cross-legged like me, and let your shins touch your feet and heels all the way down to your mat. All right, and then take this moment to see how your whole body feels. Maybe you want to pick something today to focus in on, and then we'll touch base at the end and see how that same body part feels. Maybe it's more than one, maybe it's the whole body. All right, let's take one more deep breath before we open up our eyes. And then breathing in. Let's hold it at the top for a moment. And then I'll play the singing bowl, then you can release. Oh, I'm gonna hop off my block. Let's start with one for our spine. So let's go clockwise first. as the sun beats down on my face. Ugh. All right, so turn the chin to the right shoulder, look behind you, press the palms into the right knee and the floor to twist further. Your back thanks you, almost even through my sides. Oof. All right, give yourself one last push on this side. And then gently unwind. And let's get the other side. So my face isn't in the sun anymore. So spine is nice and tall. We're pressing into the left knee with the right hand. Left fingertips pressed into the ground, the base of your spine. We're seeing how far to the left you can look. All right, same thing on this side. Give yourself one last push. And we'll gently come back to center. Oh, all right, let's get one for the side. So let's look up to start and reach both arms up and try and touch your ceiling. And let's start on the right. Right palm is planted, left arm is over your body towards the upper corner of the room, keeping that left sit bone planted. Begin to feel the stretch go all the way down your side to your hip. Ooh. All right, let's lift the right hand off the mat towards the ceiling. Then come down on the left. So left palm is planted. Right arm is over your body. Right sit bone is planted. Oof. Reaching as much as we can. Ooh. All right, one last reach. And let's bring that left hand off the mat, back up top, and then long breath out as you bring your hands back down. All right, let's get the inner thighs, and then we'll do some knee drops for our hips. Okay, cobbler pose, you know it's coming. And put the soles of your feet together. Oh, bring your heels in slowly. All right, inner thighs. Let's lean forward with the knees, come down to your mat. And if you're pulling on your feet or your toes, just pull your navel toward your heels. Noticing how the inner thighs feel. Good or bad, you should feel them. Ooh. All right, let's take a deep breath in through the nose. And then round out your back. Reach on the floor in front of you. Sliding those fingers, getting less, every last millimeter. Oh, okay, hopefully that stretch in your inner thighs gets even deeper. Ugh. Hello. All right, let's bring the knees back up, back to center. And let's do some knee drops. Ugh. 90s, whatever you want to call them. Going at your own pace. But I'll call it out just to give everyone a semblance of time. So from the right over to the left. Only take my time this morning. Ooh, ooh. All right, back to the right. Ugh. Ooh. Okay. Over to the left. Ugh. I'm going going to assume that the two of you are groaning as much as I am. Or not. Who knows? In a good way, groaning in a good way. Ah. All right, last time for the right here. Oh. Ooh. Okay, let's round it on the left. Low hips. We'll do more hips very soon. All right, let's bring the knees back up and then we'll stand. We got our classic hamstring starter. Ooh. All right, find that nice wide stance. Legs are straight. Let's look up and reach up to start. And then deep exhale, swan dive forward. We all know the drill at this point. Fingertips or palms planted on the floor. You can even push the torso towards the back of the room. Getting a little more into that leg action. All right, let's let gravity do the work. So take those hands off the floor and fold your arms. And let's rock side to side. Letting the weight of the upper body do all the work here. Ugh. And every time you breathe out, relax further into it. My elbows are almost touching the floor. Stretch is really happening. Woo. All right, let's plant that right palm on the floor. Actually, don't know the name of this one, but we'll open up the chest on the left and reach our left hand up to the ceiling, opening up the left shoulder. Okay, with that right hand or right fingertips on the floor, press and turn your chest to the left. And then let's gently bring that left hand back down. Swap palms. So that left palm is planted, right palm is reaching up, or right fingertips rather, not right palm. I'm not sure we can make our palms face the ceiling in this position. Oh, all right. Let's bring that right hand back down. Okay, let's add some hips here. So let's start with the left. We're slowly gonna rotate 90 degrees to the left until we're in a lunge. Let's hang out here in the lunge position for just a moment. Hands are supporting. Let's drop that right knee down to the mat. Untuck the right toes. Bring the torso up. Ooh. Okay, rotating your hips. Feel that right hip flexor. Let's do a slow 10 count. I'm going to count down from 10, 9, reach a little bit further, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let's bring the arms and torso back down, lifting that right knee back in the lunge on the left. Okay, hopefully your right hip flexor feels as good as mine does now. And we'll come back to center, legs are straight. And then over to the right as we pivot our right foot. And lunge on the right, hands are supporting. Let's drop the left knee down, untuck the left foot, arms come up to start. Okay. Same thing. Rotate your hip forward. Oh yeah, I need to count, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was magical. All right, Arms and torso come forward. Okay, lift the left knee off the ground. Let's come back to the starting position. Okay, rotating the feet until the toes are facing the same direction. Let's get back down and low into it. Really engage the hamstrings. Exhale deeply, get a little bit deeper in the stretch. And then 10 count coming up. Let the arms and torso dangle there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Low lower back. 8, 9, and 10. All right, legs together. Oh, all right. If you're not awake, hopefully you're awake now. Let's do a quick shoulder stretch. Left arm across the top. And that bride did a number on me. Ugh. Okay, feel the left shoulder. Let's switch arms. Right shoulder, right arm across the top, not right shoulder. Not sure how you're supposed to get the right shoulder across your chest. Okay. Let's get the left arm behind the head for a tricep stretch. A little bonus side stretch, leaning towards the right while still pulling in the left elbow. We'll switch sides, right arm behind the head, pulling on the right elbow. And we're leaning towards the left, ever so gently. Ooh. And then let's get our next. All right, grabbing the left wrist to start. I'm trying to touch that right ear to the right shoulder. And every time you exhale, relax your head and neck. Let the stretch really get deep in there. I know we all need it. Don't lie to me. And then rolling the head forward as we look down. And then leaning that head back as we look up. All right. And then back to center, head back up top, and then let's switch sides. So we're grabbing our right wrist, leaning the head over to the left. Ooh. Let's look up to start on this side. And then rotating the head slowly forward. Okay, back to the starting position and then back up top. Oof. All right, let's do a standing side stretch. So you can either go feet and legs together or slightly apart. If you don't want to add balance, up to you. Stand up nice and tall. Arms, eyes look up. Let's do the left arm down. Kick out the right hip. Right arm is over your body. Okay, no bend at the elbow. Once you're in position, reach that arm. Okay, I want you to feel the stretch from your right hip all the way up to your right hand. Oof. Then we're going to bring the left hand slowly back up top as we drop the right arm down, kick out the left hip, eyes and chin turn upwards, and we're reaching with the left arm. Ooh. All right, and then bringing that right arm back up top, hands come to heart center, and we're going to keep them there as we transition to the lower half of our body, so Malasana. Okay, medium width stance. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. And we know it's coming. Lower yourself down as you breathe out. Ooh. 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 Everyone wake up. Every time I do this one, I'm like, all right, gotta stay focused, otherwise I'm gonna tip over. All right, in three, two, one, let's put the hands and the legs. All right, let's do another hamstring stretch, the split leg hamstring stretch. Excuse me. I'm gonna start with my left. Doesn't matter what side you start on, your heels are in line. Front foot toes are facing forward. Arms come up. And swan dive over that great front leg. Okay, support yourself with your hands, whether your fingertips or palms are on the floor, or maybe they're on your leg. As you exhale, relax the body. Bring your nose close to your knee. Ugh. Ugh. All right, let's bend the front knee and come on up. Let's switch legs. Okay, now my right leg is in front, heels are in line, arms come up, and let's exhale as we swan dive down. Okay. Maybe this side isn't as flexible, that's okay. We push forward anyways. All that matters is you feel a stretch. Okay. Knee to nose once again. All right, let's bend the front knee and come on up. Let's add a quad stretch, something we don't do very often. I'm gonna grab, you can grab something if you need a little balance, that's okay. Okay, but you want your knees to be in line, then standing up nice and tall. Push your hips forward while your knees remain in line. Hopefully you feel that stretch from your knee all the way up to your hip for the quad. Ooh, good on you, Philippa, for not needing to hold something. All right, let's hold this one for 5, 4, push the hips forward, 3, 2, 1. Let's release that side. Rotate over. Okay. Grabbing my right foot now. Knees remain in line. Hips push forward. Now, oh. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, cat. All right, you can release that leg. Let's do some moving options. So find the front of your mat. We're going to start with our 2 practice swan dives, 2 warm-up swan dives, whatever you want to call them. Feet and legs are together. Stand up nice and tall. Reach those arms up. Okay, and let's swan dive forward for 1. Oh, hamstrings already open. Love it. Let's come up to flat back. Exhale down, round out the back, and then eyes up, reverse swan dive. Put the hands are at the top. Let's come back down. Now we're doing 2 warm-up swan dives. Up to flat back. Rest the hand gently on your shins or your knees. Let's round at the back as you exhale, then eyes up, reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. All right, let's start. Swan dive down for a 3rd time. Hamstring, no big deal now. Up to flat back. And then as you exhale here, round out that back, plant both palms. Let's step back into plank and let's chaturanga down to upward dog. Back to plank, push up here. We come into the first downward dog of the day. Okay, we're gonna hit those calves. So let's gently plant the right foot on the left heel, or just bend the right knee, whatever option works best for you. And feel that left calf stretch out. Every time you breathe out, push your hands further away up front. And let that stretch take over on the left. All right, let's come into neutral downward dog, both legs straight. And then let's plant the left foot gently on that right heel. We're just bending the left knee. Feeling the stretch come through your right calf. And then let's plant the left foot back down. Back to neutral downward dog. Let's do a sun salutation before we do a crescent pose. So walk both feet towards your hands. And then reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Swan dive back down. Up to flat back. Exhale deeply. Plant both palms. We're stepping back into plank and chaturanga down. Upward dog. Ooh, back to down dog. So push up on your way if you like. All right, let's do a crescent pose. So feet and legs together in the back. Let's start with the right leg up in the air first. So we're floating that leg up. And we're swinging the right leg through and planting it in front. Let's bring the arms and torso up. That left heel is still off the mat. Left leg is straight. And reach for the floor with that left heel. See how parallel you can get your right quad. Okay, no flare at the elbow. Arms are reaching. And then let's bring the hands to heart center and transition into prayer twist. So resting the left elbow on the right knee. Continue to breathe. Okay, we love breathing. And we'll come out in 3, 2, 1. Let's reach both arms back up top for crescent pose. And then hands and torso come forward and down. Plant both palms. Right leg comes back to plank, and let's chaturanga down into our upward dog. Okay, that's sun salutation. Back to plank. Walk the feet towards the hands. And reverse swan dive to the hands at the top. And then back down we go. Up to flat back. And then rounding out the back, planting both palms, stepping back to plank. Let's chaturanga down. Upward dog. Back to plank. Push up here if you like. And into downward dog. And then over the left we go. Feet and legs together. Float that left heel up in the air. And let's swing it on through and plant it in front. Bring the arms and torso up for crescent pose on the left. Okay, that right heel is reaching. We are feeling that right hip stretch out. Okay, maybe your quad's shaking up front. That's okay. Find your center. Find your foundation. Bring the hands together at heart center and let's transition to prayer twist on the left. Okay, press those hands together as needed. Left elbow is facing the ceiling. And we're breathing. And in 3, 2, 1, let's exit. Reach for the ceiling. No bend at the elbow. And then let's bring the arms and torso forward and down. Plant both palms. Left leg comes back to plank, and let's chaturanga down. Do an upward dog. Back to plank. Walk the feet towards the hands for a sun salutation. And reverse swan dive. Into the top. Back down. Woo. Up to flat back. And then rounding out that back, planting both palms, stepping back into plank. Chaturanga down. Upward dog. Back to plank. Push up here. Into downward dog. And let's do a basic warrior pose because my quads are tired. And we're back on the right. So feet and legs together. Let's float the right leg up into the air and swing that right leg through and plant it in front. And that left heel comes down as the arms come out for warrior one. Settle with your breath. Arms front and back for warrior two. Okay. Get back into reverse warrior. Okay, those right fingertips are reaching towards the back of the room overhead. And then work back to warrior two. Let's do a straight leg triangle pose this week. So straighten up that right knee. Then reach forward as far as you can with those right fingertips. And then drop the right hand on the inside on or on the outside part of that right leg. Okay, doesn't matter. It depends on your flexibility level though. Left fingertips reach up to the ceiling. Turn your chin and look up. And then let's bring that right arm back up. And then as you breathe out, bend that right knee back into warrior two. Let's dip back into reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Left arm swings forward and up for warrior one. And then let's bring the arms and torso down. Left heel comes up. Plant both palms. Right leg comes back. Let's chaturanga down. Upward dog. Okay, sun salutation back to plank. Walk the feet towards the hands. Reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Swan dive down. Up to flat back. Exhaling down, planting both palms, setting back into plank. Chaturanga down. Into an upward dog. Back to plank. Push up if you're still with me here. And into downward dog. Rinse and repeat for the left. So feet and legs together. Left leg comes up in the air. Ooh. And swing that left leg through and plant it in front. And come into warrior one on the left. Okay. Settle down, get deep into it so that front knee is tracking over the front ankle. And then arms front and back for warrior two. Dip back into reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. And remember, we're going to do a straight leg version. So straighten up that left leg and then reach forward as far as you can go. Drop that left hand down. Right arm comes up. Okay, this version is more of a stretch than it is a strength workout. But we're looking up. We're reaching for the ceiling with those right fingertips. All right, let's lift that left hand back up into the air for warrior two, and then re-bend that left knee. Dipping back into reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Swing that right arm forward up for warrior one. And then as the arms come up, that right arms come down, right heel comes up, plant both palms. Let's chaturanga down to an upward dog. Let's hold this one for a moment. Okay. Push the floor away. Get the head out of the turtle shell. All right, long enough. Let's return to plank. Walk the feet towards the hands. We're going straight into chair pose. So feet and legs together. Bend the knees. And straighten up the arms. Give me a straight line from your glutes all the way to your hands. Palms facing one another. Elbows are not flaring out. And keeping the torso still, gently straighten up your body and find yourself lifting your heels off the mat. Okay, go as high as you can. Feel those calves, Philippa. Feel them. Okay, maybe you notice your feet are moving back and forth. Your stabilizer muscles are going crazy. And then 3, 2, 1. Exhale as those heels come down, hands come to center. Let's do the left side first for a twisting chair pose as we watch the roommates put on their shoes. Okay, see how much you can bend your knees and lower your bottom down. See how low you can get into that twisting chair pose. All right, back to center, and then arms reach up. You know the drill, lift those heels off the mat as high as you can go. Reach for the ceiling with those fingertips. I do love a good calf workout and a calf stretch. Deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale, heels down, hands back to center. And then let's do twisting chair pose on the right. Okay, same thing. Bend those knees as much as you can. Lower your bottom down. We are in twisting chair pose on the right. All right, back to center. And then last time up. Okay, let's find the balance on the toes and the balls of the feet. Arms reach up for the ceiling. Okay, see how high you can go. And then in 3, 2, 1, heels down, hands come back to center, and then we're going to do a tree now. So let's get all of our weight on our left leg. Let's get the right foot into position. Okay, wherever works best for you, at the knee, below the knee, above the knee, doesn't matter. Add the arms to find your own balance. Whatever works best for you. Ooh. And we're feeling good. Mostly feeling good. That's about good. Let's gently bring that right leg out. Okay, shake out that ankle that's on the floor. And then let's get the left foot into position. Adding the arms as needed to find balance. Last standing pose before we sit and stretch. I can't wait. All right. And then let's bring that left leg out. Stretch out or shake out that right ankle. Let's have a seat. Yay. Ugh. Okay, we always start with table. It's a classic. All right. Feet planted in front, hands planted behind, both shoulder distance, and then let's bring those hips up towards the ceiling. Head comes back. And give me an active stretch as your hips constantly push up. Okay, feel those shoulders stretch out. All right, take a deep breath into the nose. And then as you breathe out, give yourself one last push upwards. And then gently lower yourself back down. Lie down on your back. Let's go into a glute bridge next. Okay, this one's always chill, but roll onto the shoulders. Keep the knees shoulder distance apart. Don't let them flare out. And same thing, active push. A nice glute bridge. You feel like there's a tiny little boat trying to float under you and you don't want to crush the boat. A little lower back. Oh, okay, hamstrings are tired. Let's lower self back down. Oh, all right, let's stretch the glutes. This little block on my way. All right, left foot remains planted, right ankle's on the left knee. Let's grab the left shin. Okay, my right glute's already feeling the stretch. And then 3 long exhales, breathing in through the nose. Gentle breath out. Number 2, breathing into the nose and out through the mouth. Oh, let that stretch move through that right glute. All right, last one for this side, breathing into the nose. Long breath out. And release that left shin. Right foot's planted, left ankle in place. Oh, oh. All right, we are grabbing somewhere on the right leg. That left glute starting to feel nice and happy. It's about to get happier. And let's breathe into the nose and out to the mouth. Oh my goodness. Number 2, breathing in. And then exhale, breathe into that left glute. Let that stretch get super deep. All right, we have one more, breathing into the nose and out to the mouth. Remember to control it. Oh, okay, let go of that right leg. Stand your back for happy baby. Both legs up in the air and grabbing the outside parts of your feet. Pull your knees in towards your underarms. Those inner thighs begin to engage. And then we rock side to side. Massage your spine against your mat. Ooh, ooh. All right. Give yourself one last pull on those feet. Feel those inner thighs a little bit more. And then we're going to release the legs back down, remaining on our backs. Let's do the supine twist. So I'm going to start with my right leg. So pull in your right knee towards your chest. Okay. Just enjoying this little stretch for a moment or two. And then we're going to pull the right knee over to the left side of our body as we extend our right arm out to the right, looking towards the right. Feel the spine twist. Okay, long, deep exhales. Let the stretch take over. Ooh. All right. Slowly bring the right leg back to center. Ugh. We're gonna pull in the left knee. Sorry, I forgot what it was called for a brief moment. Enjoying that little stretch as we pull our left leg into the chest. Then we're going to bring our left knee over to the right of our body, twisting our spines in the opposite direction. Left arm reaches out to the left. And every time you exhale, see if you can turn your spine an extra degree or two. Oh. All right, let's do one more deep breath on this side because I need it. So breathing into the nose. And long exhale. All right. Let's return that left knee back. Let's sit up for a cat cow. Okay. Roll up my mat a few times. A little extra cushioning. Okay. Find yourself on all fours. Knees and palms planted, shoulder distance apart. And let's breathe in through the nose as we bring our head bottom up. That chest is reaching for the ground. And then exhale, round out your back, bring your head towards your legs. Inhale, head up. Exhale, head back down. Inhale, head up. Oof. Exhale, head back down. Ooh. Inhale, head up. Bring the chest down. Oof. Okay. Okay. Exhale. When you exhale, push those palms into the floor. Straighten up the arm. Inhale, head up. Exhale, head down. I think that's 4. Not sure. That's okay. Inhale, head up. Ooh. Exhale, head down. Hopefully your spine feels as good as mine does right now. All right. Let's go to neutral spine. Get off your mat. You rolled it up. Let's unravel it. Ooh. Let's do pigeon next. I feel a pigeon. So plank position to start. Let's start with the right leg up front. Bring your right leg forward so your right shin is 90 degrees from the rest of your body. Untuck those left toes. Okay, we all know what to do here, I think. Find that position when you feel that stretch in your glute, in your hip. Ugh, and all these magical places in the lower half of your body. I'm gonna hold this one for 45 seconds, so take your time. Find your happy place. I'll let you know when you have 10 seconds left. Ooh. Okay, about 10 seconds left. See if we can get a little bit lower into it. Really sink down before we add the quad stretch. All right. Find the palms on the mat in front of you. Bring your torso up. Reach back with your left hand. Pull in your left heel, left foot. And feel the stretch go through your left quad. Okay, really pull on that. We'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that left foot down. Plant both palms. Bring that right leg back to plank. And left leg comes forward. Untuck the right toes. And settle in into that left side. We're going to repeat The same 45 seconds, so take your time. Ugh, ugh. Ugh. We've got 10 seconds left, so see if you can go for gold and stretch a little bit deeper. Let's plant the palms in front of us and keeping that left one on the mat, reaching back behind you with the right hand, pulling your right heel. Okay, feel the right quad stretch out. We're going to count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing that right side. Oh, let's have a seat. Let's do another one for our spines. Oh, I'm going to keep my left leg extended. I'm going to bring my right foot in the outside part of my left knee. Okay, let's turn our torsos clockwise. You can either hug your right knee or press your elbow and your left elbow into your right knee, but the important part is twist and look back behind you. Man, even feel this one in my right glute. Ooh. We're gonna stop in 3, 2, 1. Let's unwind. Oh, extending out that right leg. Left foot's planted. I'm gonna wrap that right arm around my left knee. My left fingertips are pushing into the ground. Spine is nice and tall. And 3, 2, 1. Let's come back to center. Oh, let's do one last hamstring stretch before we do our closing sequence. So both legs together. We'll skip the individuals. Okay, so knees, shins, toes, ankles together. Feet are flexed, so your toes are facing the ceiling. Reach the arms up. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale over. Excuse me. Both straight legs. Feel those hamstrings. And if the toes feel easy, slowly move your hands down to your heels. We're going to hold this one for 10 seconds. Really stretch, get one last stretch out of those hamstrings. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that stretch. Let's do a child's pose. Have a seat on your heels. Knees as wide as your mat. Deep breath in. And slide your torso and arms forward. Come into your child's pose. Settle with your breath. And take this moment and thank your body for everything it's done, everything it's doing, everything it will do. Let's gently come forward out of child's pose into everyone's favorite. Lie down on your back for corpse pose. All right, I'm gonna take a quick drink of water. Hold on. All right, we're going for 90 seconds in today's corpse pose. Do a body check, do a body scan. If you had a body part or part you were focusing on in that beginning for the whole session, see how those portions of your body feel. Okay, 90 seconds, close your eyes. I don't say anything. Okay, that was 90 seconds. Begin to reanimate your body. Okay, and then wiggle those fingers, wiggle your toes. Let's do a morning stretch. So arms overhead. Oh, mine's so really yawned. Okay, point the toes at the bottom. Ugh. Whatever it is you do before you get out of bed. Ugh. All right, let's roll onto your side. Rest your head and face on your hands. Take this moment for yourself. Whichever arm is on top, plant that palm on the mat and push yourself back up. Ugh. Back into cross leg position. Ugh. All right. Do my favorite part. The audible breaths, the ohms. All right, let's sit nice and tall, lengthen your spine. And let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. All right, number two, let's breathe into the nose and breathe out with some sound. All right, last one, really make it count. Breathing into the nose and breathe out with some sound. Let's bring our hands to Namaste at our hearts, and you may repeat after me if you wish. May you have clear and kind intentions. Let's raise our hands to our foreheads. May you have clear and kind thoughts. Lowering our hands to our lips. May you have clear and kind communications. And then returning our hands to our hearts. And as always, the light in me celebrates and honors the light in you. Namaste, my friends. We're going to pause your watches.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful.
Thank you for joining.
I'm especially glad that your legs were tired and we didn't do more standing.
Thank the Sequoia Century. It was pretty brutal.
Oh gosh. Ouch.
All right.
Have a lovely week.
Until next time.
All
Bye,
right.
everyone.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.